Today we will be presenting Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, another golden book, a part of my reading series, reading kids' books. So it's very relaxing. Alright, here, oh my word, this has a lot of words. How are we going to get through this? Alright, I'm going to try and read as best as I can, but bear with me, people. Now it happened that Kanga had felt rather motherly that morning and wanting to count things, like Rue's vests and how many pieces of soap there were left, and 2 clean spots in Tigger's feeder. So she had sent them out with a packet of watercress sandwiches for Rue and a packet of extract of malt sandwiches for Tigger, to have a nice long morning in the forest, not getting into mischief. And off they had gone. Comment down below if you know what mischief means. It's a good word, mischief. Alright. And as they went, Tigger told Rue, who wanted to know all about the things that Tiggers could do. "Can they fly?" said Rue. "Oh, yes," said Tigger. "They're very good flyers. Tiggers are stornry good flyers." Stornry. 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 Use that in a sentence tomorrow. Stornry good flyers. "Ooh," said Rue. "Can they fly as well as Owl?" "Oh, yes," said Tigger. "Only they don't want to." "Why don't they want to?" "Well, they just don't like it somehow." Rue couldn't understand this because he thought it would be lovely to be able to fly, but Tigger said it was difficult to explain to anyone who wasn't a Tigger himself. "Well," said Rue, "can they jump as far as Kangas?" "Yes," said Tigger, "when they want to." "I love jumping," said Rue. "Let's see who can jump the farthest, you or me." "I can," said Tigger, "but we mustn't stop now, or we shall be late." "Late for what?" "For whatever we want to be in time for," said Tigger, hurrying along. Alright, here we go. They arrive at a river. In a little while, they came to the 6 pine trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. "And I can swim," said Rue. "I fell into the river and I swimmed." "Can Tiggers swim?" "Of course they can. Tiggers can do everything." "Can they climb trees better than Pooh?" asked Rue, stopping under the tallest pine tree, looking up at it. It's a very long pine tree. Look at that. Whoa. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, about 5 lengths of Tigger. That's how tall it was. Very big. "Climbing trees is what Tiggers or they do best," said Tigger. "Much better than Pooh's." "Could they climb this tree?" "They're always climbing trees like that," said Tigger. "Up and down all day." "Ooh, Tiggers are they really?" "I'll show you," said Tigger bravely. "You can sit on my back and watch me." For of all the things which he had said Tiggers could do, the only one thing he felt really certain about suddenly was climbing trees. Ooh, Tigger," squeaked Roo excitedly. So he sat on Tigger's back and up they went. And for the first 10 feet, Tigger said happily to himself, "Up we go, up we go." And for the rest of the 10 feet, he said, "I always said Tiggers could climb trees." And for the next 10 feet, he said, "Not that it's easy, mind you." And then for the next 10 feet, he said, "Of course, there's the coming down too, backwards." And he said, "Which will be difficult, unless one fell, when it would be easy, because you just fall." And at the word easy, the branch he was standing on broke suddenly, and he managed to clutch at the one above him as he felt himself going. And then suddenly, he got to his chin over it. Then one back paw and then the other, until at last he was sitting on it, breathing very quickly and wishing that he had gone in for swimming instead of climbing. Roo climbed off and sat down next to him. "Ooh, Tigger," he said excitedly. "Are we at the top?" "No." "Are we going to the top?" "No." "Ooh," Roo said rather sadly. And then he went on hopefully. "That was a lovely bit just now, when you pretended we were going to fall bump to the bottom. And we didn't. Will you do that bit again?" "No," said Tigger. Roo was silent for a little while, and then he said, "Shall we eat our sandwiches, Tigger?" And Tigger said, "Yes." "Where are they?" said Roo. "At the bottom of the tree." And Tigger said, "I don't think we'd better eat them just yet." He's stalling, you see. He doesn't want to go back down. So they didn't. By and by, Pooh and Piglet came along. "Look, Pooh," said Piglet suddenly. "There's something in one of those pine trees." "So there is," said Pooh, looking up wonderingly. "There's an animal." "Pooh!" cried Piglet. "I believe it's Tigger and Roo." "So it is," said Pooh. "Hello, Roo," called Piglet. "What are you doing?" "We can't get down. We can't get down," cried Roo. "Isn't it fun?" "Pooh, isn't it fun? Tigger and I are living in a tree, like Al, and we're going to stay here forever and ever. I can see Piglet's house. Piglet, I can see your house from here. Aren't we high? Is our house as high as this?" "How do you get there, Roo?" asked Piglet. "Oh, Tigger's back, and Tiggers can't climb downwards, because their tails get in the way, only upwards, and Tigger forgot about that when we started. He only just remembered. So we've got to stay here forever and ever unless we go higher." "What did you say, Tigger?" "Oh, Tigger says if we go higher, we shan't be able to see Piglet's house, so, well, we're going to stop here." "Piglet," said Pooh solemnly, when he had heard all this, "what shall we do?" And he began to eat Tigger's sandwiches. "Are they stuck?" asked Piglet anxiously. Pooh nodded. "Couldn't you climb up to them?" "I might, Piglet, and I might bring Roo down on my back. But I couldn't bring Tigger down. So we must think of something else." And in a thoughtful way, he began to eat Roo's sandwiches too. He would have thought of anything before he had finished the last sandwich. I don't know, but we had just got to the last but one when there was a crackling in the bracken, and crackling in the bracken, another beautiful expression. Use that, Stornery, and crackling in the bracken. And Christopher Robin and Eeyore came strolling along together. "I shouldn't be surprised if it hailed a good deal tomorrow," Eeyore was saying. "Blizzards and whatnot. Being fine today doesn't mean anything. It has no what's that word? Well, it has none of that. It's just a small piece of weather." "There's Pooh," said Christopher Robin, who didn't much mind what it did tomorrow, as long as he was out of it. "Hello, Pooh." "It's Christopher Robin," said Piglet. "He'll know what to do." They hurried up to him. "Oh, Christopher Robin," began Pooh, and Eeyore said Eeyore. "Tigger and Roo are right up the 6 pine trees, and they can't get down, and I was just saying," put in Piglet, "that if only Christopher Robin and Eeyore, if only you were here, then we could think of something to do." Christopher Robin looked up at Tigger and Roo and tried to think about something. Now, I just got a segue. I love Eeyore. I think he's very melodramatic and funny. If you look at him, all his expressions are a very funny way. he's a funny guy in this whole show. All right. I thought, said Piglet earnestly, that if Eeyore stood at the bottom of the tree, and if Pooh stood on Eeyore's back, and if I stood on Pooh's shoulders, and if Eeyore's back snapped suddenly, then we could all laugh. Ha ha. Amusing in a quiet way, said Eeyore, but not really helpful. Well, said Piglet meekly, I thought, would it break your back, Eeyore? Asked Pooh, very much surprised. That's what's so interesting, Pooh, not being quite sure till afterwards. Pooh said, oh, and began thinking again. I've got an idea, said Christopher Robin. Listen to this, Piglet, said Eeyore, and then you'll know what we're trying to do. I'll take off my tunic, and we'll hold a corner, each a corner. We'll each hold a corner, and then Roo and Tigger can jump into it, and it will all be soft. It will be all soft and bouncy for them, and they won't hurt themselves. Oh my goodness, I can't read. Getting Tigger down, said Eeyore, and not hurting anybody. Keep those two ideas in your head, Piglet, and you'll be all right. Do we notice anything interesting by this picture? Eeyore is quite happy to give the advice, but he's not happy about participating. Don't like that, Eeyore. You need to get involved. All right, next. When Roo understood what he had to do, he was wildly excited and cried out, Tigger, Tigger, we're going to jump. Look at me, Tigger. Like flying, my jumping will be. Can Tigger do it? And he squeaked out, I'm coming, Christopher Robin. And he jumped straight into the middle of the tunic. He just jumped. No fear. That's what kids are like these days. And he was going so fast that he bounced up almost as high as where he was before and went on bouncing, saying, ooh, ooh, ooh. He was very excited. And they put him on the ground. Come on, Tigger, he called out. It's easy. But Tigger was holding onto the branch. Look at him. And saying to himself, it's all very well for jumping animals like kangaroos, but it's quite different for swimming animals by Tigger. He's full of excuses. And he thought to himself, floating on his back down a river or striking out from one island to another, and he felt that was really the life of a Tigger. Come along, called Christopher Robin. You'll be all right. Just wait a moment, said Tigger, nervously. Small piece of bark in my eye. Oh my goodness, he's good at excuses. And he moved slowly along his branch. Are you good at excuses? This guy is a master at them. Come on, it's easy, squeaked Roo, and suddenly Tigger found how easy it was. Ooh, he shouted as the tree flew up past him. Look out, said Christopher Robin to the others. There was a crash, a tearing noise, and a confused heap of everybody on the ground. A confused heap of everybody. Interesting English. I'm trusting them. This is old English. It's got to be right, right? Christopher Robin and Pooh and Piglet picked themselves up first, and then they picked Tigger up. Underneath everybody else was Eeyore. So Eeyore tried to get out of the work, and then he was pulled back in because they all fell on him. It was nice. Ooh, Eeyore, cried Christopher Robin. Are you hurt? And he felt him rather anxiously, dusted him, and helped him stand up. Here we go. Let's see what happened to Eeyore. Eeyore said nothing for a long time, and he said this. Is Tigger there? Tigger was there, feeling bouncy again already. Yes, said Christopher Robin. Tigger's here. Well, just thank him for me, said Eeyore. I think there's something more in that, but thank you for listening to this book, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. It's pretty exciting. We found out that Tigger is full of excuses. Eeyore does not want to participate at all. He's a very depressed guy. And Roo is very adventurous. He'll try anything, like any kid. Very cool. I like the expression, the stornily, and there's a couple of weird expressions. The bracken. Oh my goodness. Fun stuff. All right. See you next time. Bye.